Woman obsessed with my husband tried to break up my marriage, got hit by karma. 16 years ago my husband and I were married with a 1-year-old little girl. We were high school sweethearts that went to different schools, met junior year and made it work. Where we went to different school I met John through my husband but never met Sarah or Cindy. Still haven't met them in real life. One night, my daughter and I spent the night at my sister's house with her 2 kids because her husband was out of town for work and she was heavily pregnant and needed help the night he would be gone. That night my husband's best friend John, been friends since 2nd grade, came over to our house to hang out with him. Next day my husband told me John's ex-girlfriend Sarah and her best friend Cindy came over to see John. John was already with a new girlfriend Sandy, and that while John slept with Sarah in our spare bedroom. Cindy had tried to sleep with my tipsy husband. He kicked them out at like 2 a.m. My husband turned Cindy down, but apparently she had always had a crush on my husband. For a year afterward, she would call his phone, didn't know how she got his number. We changed his number twice, she kept getting it. And calling, playing music, saying lewd things, even sending emails saying how our daughter needed to be put down so she didn't end up being a bichichi like me. That they would jump me and bash my daughter's head in if they saw us out alone. Kept sending updates on where I went, asked how my DR's apt was, house store name was, creepy stalker stuff. For the longest time I refused to leave the house without my husband because I was seriously concerned they would hurt my daughter. For a year I felt trapped in my home. I vividly remember being 3 weeks postpartum after an emergency C-section with our 2nd child and just holding my baby and sliding down the wall to sit and cry because she had called again. It was 2 or 3 times a week she would call. She always blocked her number and sent the emails from an anonymous email address. For a while I thought maybe my husband was talking to her. How else would she be getting his new numbers? I lost so much faith in him. I know he was mad about the situation and would scream into the phone to leave us alone. I saved every call log, email, and recorded what I could. I sent an email to her throwaway and said I knew who she was and that I was going to the police for harassment. Spoiler alert, I already tried, but there wasn't enough evidence because she blocked her number and nothing traced back to her. However, we were 20, she was 19, and it scared her enough to leave us alone. 3 months of peace later, and his best friend John came over with Sandy. For dinner, Sandy and I were friends and would talk about everything with the crazies, as we called them.